Um, I'm Karlis Januševičius from Lithuanian Energy Agency. I'm head of Energy Efficiency Department. Our institution is responsible for gathering data to prepare progress reports for Energy Efficiency Directive implementation. We are monitoring the energy efficiency implementation measures, and one of them is education and consulting of energy consumers. So today I'm going to talk about the objectives, expectations, and results. So starting from the basics, we always think about how we can improve the energy efficiency because it's important to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions. It could be done by implementing hard measures, and it could be done by implementing soft measures. Those measures typically could be seen as having a direct impact to energy efficiency. Also, there is another aspects that has indirect impacts to energy efficiency, like energy literacy of the citizens of the country, policies and regulations, financial eligibility of specific measures, maturity of the market, technology availability, and research and innovations. And there is a much more aspects, but let's focus mostly on not on the direct impact. So, as European Commission informed us when they were communicating about the Green Deal objectives, European Eurobarometer states that 79% of respondents think that climate change is a very serious problem. 60% of respondents say that they have taken action to fight climate change to the past 6 months. So it seems that citizens in Europe are feeling responsible for energy, for climate change, and why not shift that to the ownership of their actions when they are using energy. So that allows us to arrive to the question why behavioral energy efficiency is important. When we apply hard measures and believe that it is enough to improve energy efficiency, we buy an efficient car, we renovate our buildings, but at the fact we see that hard measures are not working as expected due to user behavior, because we start driving more, we keep inefficient driving behavior, we go over speed limit, we drive aggressively, and we do not achieve as much as we can achieve when we are not doing those hazard things. When we renovate buildings, we increase indoor temperatures, we over ventilate the spaces, we regulate temperatures with window airing when we have the thermostats. So it is not good for energy consumption. Another aspect is at the cases when it seems to be unreasonable to install hard measures, and we not buy efficient car and we keep using inefficient one. Also, we are not renovating. We think that it's good enough to live as we are living. So I think we think that it's a lot of space to change those bad behaviors when we are using energy. So that leads to mechanisms of behavioral change interventions. I will explain the model in the simple terms. So first of all, we have consumer demand. We do not need energy typically. We need light in our rooms. We need heat in our rooms, and we need to go from point A to point B. That leads us to our habits and choices. Here we can choose how we can transport ourselves, how we can provide light in our rooms, and etc. That leads to action. We chose one or another option. That leads to energy services. Energy services consumes energy, and there we have energy consumption. This part, first three steps, could be named as user behavior. And if we apply some interventions when we explain or show what is the bad and what is the good for the environment, for energy consumption, from the cost perspective, we can slightly adjust user habits and actions that they are taking. It is not something that we invented in Lithuania. It is scientifically proven that electricity consumption could be reduced from 1 to 2%. It is research done in UK and in Ireland. In Finland, there was studies that show that it is possible to reach at least uh, at least close to 20% of energy savings, but it was quite specific cases. For the district heating, we also can achieve quite good energy savings. And other thing that was highlighted in those researchers, that rebound effect, when we have lower costs, we tend to use more. This should be also taken into account when shaping the user behavior related to the energy consumption. And how it is done in Lithuania. First of all, in order to set the appropriate legal basis, the definitions in the law of energy efficiency improvement is stated. It says that one of the efficiency measures could be education and counseling that promotes energy efficiency measures, and that should lead to reducing final energy consumption. Then there is descriptions of how the agreements between energy suppliers and energy ministry should be created. What is the content of those agreements? Sorry. Then there is a bylaws regulating the calculation procedures, and also there is a bylaws that assigns the role for a Lithuanian Energy Agency, that means us, to perform verification, analysis, data collection, systemization, and summarization of the submitted reports that is submitted by the energy suppliers who has agreements with the Ministry of Energy in Lithuania. So in general, the process looks like this. First of all, we have agreements. Sorry. This is one-time thing for the period. First of all, we had a period until 2020. Now we have agreements with energy suppliers until 2030, and at each year, energy suppliers are performing informational campaigns. They are documenting the information, and they are submitting information for Lithuanian Energy Agency. And after that, we are validating this information. We are preparing feedback and sending back for them. If there is a need for clarifications, companies provide that, and we review it and provide the reporting. In the reporting, we provide the numbers of energy saved. We validate the amount of energy saved. How we check the measure implementation? First of all, as I said previously, company provides documented implementation proof. And when we are checking, we are looking for the three main things: for application, proof, for the scope, and the content. So it means we are looking for um, proof that it was implemented. We are looking for a number of final energy consumers reached in their and what is their consumption, because it is very important to calculate the energy savings. Also, we're looking for the content, because it is one of the rules is that they have to brought original content each time, and they could not communicate the same content for in the different medias. And that leads to another steps which I previously explained. The main thing that we improved in this aspect, and this is one of the lessons learned in this process, that um, at the first years, we were summarizing the communication, um, and communicating in a general about the issues and the problems, how the activities could be improved, but it was not efficient enough. So we started to doing to giving feedback for each company, that we in order to make activities better. And also we saw that the same mistakes and issues arises year by year, despite the direct feedback, due to the change of executing personnel. Because one year one person is doing that, another year another is doing that, and they do not know what is previously recommended to avoid. So how we predict the impact. So first of all, we know the supplier declares the total energy sold. Then they show what is the target group portion from the total consumers. Then we apply the saving factor stated in the bylaws, and that allows us to calculate the saved amount of energy for the measure. When we sum up all the measures, we know all the saved energy by the company. Tricky thing is the saving factor. So our interpretation is that saving, and how we are explaining it, there is that saving factor, which defines the amount of energy that was saved by the energy supplier when applying behavioral intervention, is a product of actual energy reduction of applying the measure. For example, supplier recommends reduce the temperatures to the normal hygienic norms, keep 20 degrees at room instead of 22. We assume that it is can lead to the 10% of energy saving. Then there is a probability of application. Typically, not all persons who hears it applies it. Also, there is a probability to spread through advocacy. Sometimes persons who hears about that tells neighbors about that, and that widens the spread of this information and this good advice. And also there is a probability for application duration. We can just, when we hear this advice, we adjust our thermostat, but after a week or a month, we get back to our old behavior. And all those aspects leads to the quite modest energy saving factors. For example, we assume that information provided through media creates 0.20% of energy saving. So about the expected results, we were in the beginning we were expecting to have cumulated savings of 2.44 terawatt hours, and it had to contribute approximately 21% to the overall energy saving objective. Um, According to this number and the duration of this activity, the predicted effect was foreseen to be a 0.61 terawatt hour per year energy saving, but in reality, the cumulated energy saving by the end of 2020 was 0.54 terawatt hours, and the total contribution was only 4.6%. So it is quite far from a success story, but we believe that it has a huge potential if we adjust it a little bit. And lessons learned so far, it is that it's difficult to utilize available potential due to the issues in declarations, declaring the actions that was taken to change the behavior. Due to the smaller impact and increasing energy consumption, it is difficult to identify energy reduction caused by the measures from country energy balance. So we are calculating that we saved this amount of energy, but we are not sure that the actual energy consumption is reduced by this number. It is difficult to clearly see it from the country energy balance, and it needs more detailed ex post analysis, which we are going to do in the next few years. Um, so the main challenges that caused this gap between the predicted and the actual energy saving is that the measure is based on the quantity. It is important to perform and document actions, and it's not about the quality of the intervention. We say that it's important to communicate, to improve the energy literacy of citizens, and we are not focusing on the quality of the implementation of this measure. Uh, mm, Probably, if we care, if we have a way to measure the quality of interventions, that may create a higher impact. Um, and and for those who are already investing in the quality, they might be doing the bigger impact than they are declaring. Also, energy service companies do not involve a communication or behavioral change specialists. They typically are doing on their own resources by the specialists who are good on technical aspects, but they are not good on communication and behavioral change aspects. Also, energy suppliers sees this activity as a reduction of their profit, because they say why we should direct people to save energy, because saving energy reduces our profit. Um, this is the area where we are going to work and communicate more about social responsibility and importance um, of preventing the climate change, and the duty and responsibility of energy suppliers in it. Also, according to the energy suppliers, it becomes difficult to find original points of view with the same information and get enough attention to make an impact. But the thing that we are quite improving is the gap between savings declared and recognized as appropriate. At the 2018, there was approximately half of the declared energy savings was not stated appropriate. At the next year, the number was a little bit bigger, but the declared value was lower. And at the 2020, we see a huge drop in this gap, and this is probably due to the individual feedback that we started doing for energy suppliers who are implementing this measure. So retrospective and future plans for Lithuanian Energy Agency. Um, I already talked about the legal basis, about the initial agreements, and right now we are focusing on not only communicating typical issues, but we are providing feedback for each energy supplier. We are started to do annual communication with the Association of District Heating Suppliers. We provide help for energy suppliers to declare the information by giving the template, by giving the step-by-step instructions how to fill it. We also prepared the guidelines for energy suppliers for better implementation. And future work in this area is to test the measures in the target groups in order to know what is the situation, what kind of impact we can achieve in Lithuania situation, not only base our predictions on abroad countries, also explore alternative intervention methods. It's not only communicating in media, communicating face to face. Probably there is a lot of possibilities to integrate these activities in the mobile applications and get connection with smart meters and etc. Also, we are planning to start doing the methodological support for intervention designers, and also that will lead to the redefinition of energy saving factors. That's it. Thank you for your attention. If there is any questions related to education and consulting of energy consumers, feel free to contact us by email or in a LinkedIn. We will be happy to answer all the questions. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. I do hope we'll have some questions at the moment.